Hello, my love. How is your face? I hope you are well. Oh, I'm in such a beautiful destination today. Oh, I love it. I just wanted to talk to you about taking that next step and trusting that whatever that step is, even if it doesn't seem remotely linked to your goal, your desire, your manifestation, even if it doesn't seem remotely linked, trust that nudge, trust that next step, and have the courage to step into it. Have the courage to go for it without giving a single flying fuck what anyone thinks around you. Go into it without giving a shit what you think about it. It's what it could give you. And honestly, for me, I had this experience over the last 8 months or so, maybe longer, but I wanted to leave a really toxic job I was in. I had been qualified in this field for 10 years and continued to add to my practice. I was working overtime, overworked, underpaid, classic. I was just really undervalued and underappreciated, and I was always expected more from my job role. And I always gave more because I wanted better for that business. I wanted better for the clients in that care. I wanted better for the people in the business because we were the ones that were building it for the higher uppers. And I got to a point where even everyone around me was telling me how much it was affecting me, and they could see the change in me. Physically, I'd lost a lot of weight. I had dark, sunken eyes because I was always anxious and stressed and I couldn't sleep. I was having panic attacks again, which I hadn't suffered with for a really, really long fucking time. Emotionally, I was blowing up because I was just so pent up all the time, blowing up at the people closest to me that were just trying to help. But as you probably know, being stuck in that situation, sometimes you feel like you can't just leave. And I knew deep down it was just a job. I knew if I died the next day, they would put my job in the paper or on the internet. I knew that it would be the people close to me, my family and friends, even my clients and stuff, and like even acquaintances. I knew that they would miss me if I died. Whereas my job, or any job, will replace you because that is it. You are just a number. You're there to fulfill a role. And I got tired of fulfilling a role and building a business that did not care, even when I had nowhere to sleep. That should have been the sign right there. But I was stuck in fear. I was frozen, paralyzed almost, because I didn't believe I could do anything else. And I didn't think I was good at anything else because I was qualified in this particular field and I'd been in the career 10 years or so. And I was really fucking good and I loved it and I loved giving back. But it didn't matter where I went. You could see that the industry was the same and the people were the same. And I thought maybe I'm the problem here because I want to create really positive change and all these people just want to keep doing the same thing. And I believed that was wrong. I believed that I shouldn't want more from the job or I shouldn't want more for the people in my care. I shouldn't want more for the families. And don't get me wrong, this lasted for over a year or so until I had to finally hit breaking point where, like I say, it got to my homeless situation and I still stuck it through and was working there full time. I think I took 2 weeks off on sick because, like I said, I didn't have anywhere to live. I couldn't wash my uniform or whatever. And it was like, oh, okay, I'll see you Monday. And I was like, by fuck are you seeing me Monday? No, I'm homeless and I have nowhere to fucking live. So I went straight to the doctor and explained my situation. And she said, sorry? Like, did you just... And I was like, yes, I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my doctor was like, are they fucking for real? Again, get out of that job. Get out of the job. It is killing you. Get out of it now. God, girl. And it wasn't as if I hadn't heard this before, whether it was from the people closest to me or actually my own inner voice going, get out, this is awful, this is horrible. If this was a friend or a client telling you this, or a family member, or even a fucking stranger on the street, I'd be like, you are worth far more than that job. Get out. And then once I made that conscious decision, this is enough and I deserve more, it's almost as if the universe conspired for me to make more. Opportunities started to come out, whether it was like a little cleaning job or going to work back at the hospital, doing shift work, whether it was babysitting or the beautiful creation of my business, Rediscover Yourself. Like, if I hadn't have taken that first initial step of handing in my notice, I had no fucking clue where I was going, what I was doing. At the time, I had nothing lined up. Normally, if I was going to leave a job, I got stuck in that resilient, I need to see this till it's fucking dead in the ground, and I'd make sure I had something lined up, and I'd take all these logical action steps as if it were. But this time, I just couldn't hold on any longer with everything going on in my life, and I was like, no, fuck this. And I did have no idea what was going to happen. Like I say, I didn't have anything lined up at all, but I had this deep sense in me I was going to be okay and that I was going to make this work. I was like, this opportunity, because that's what it was. I didn't see it at that time. I was in a stage of anger and grief, almost denial, of why the fuck is this happening to me? Like, what the hell have I done to deserve this? I've given to this company, I've given to my house, like, I've paid my dues, man, like, fuck, God's sake. And I'm only human, right? Of course I'm going to have an emotional response to losing my house, having to sell all my belongings, get rid of my fucking dogs, on top of a really horrible workplace, working to the fucking bone, having hardly any money to pay my bills as it was. I was fucking stressed in my relationships. I was losing people. It was awful. But I had to dig deeper to like that nudge I kept getting of, you don't belong here, you need to leave. And I think the universe made it so fucking uncomfortable that I had to grow. I had to leave. I had to leave the situation I was in because there was no more room for me to grow. Plant was dead. There was no point watering it. I changed the soil. I'd done everything I could. I gave it a new pot. I'd given it sunlight. I'd given it all the things, and it wasn't doing anything for me. It wasn't serving me any longer. But I honestly now do believe that the universe made things so uncomfortable for me that I had to take that leap of faith. I had to just trust that whatever was coming up for me was there for a sign. Because what else did I have to fucking lose? I had nowhere to bloody live, for God's sake. I had no security, no stability. And I don't really have a lot of family where I live. I didn't really have any like support networks. And even the people around me that could help me or were trying to help me, sometimes it just wasn't always possible, right? And I don't blame anyone for that. It was just the situation I was in at the time. I had to decide to leave. I had to decide that I was worth more than this job. I was worth more than the way I felt, because I wasn't those emotions and I wasn't those beliefs that they had about me. People who said, oh, Megan, you're so direct, you're so honest. But I am honest and I am direct. But it's out of love. It's out of love. It's a love punch. I used to have to be watered down. It was always like, oh gosh, you can hear Megan before you see her, because I was always laughing and chatting. I was always just a vibrant character, and I had to water myself down and squish myself into this little fucking box. And I grew too big for that box. I had to fucking get out. And like I say, you are worth more than what is going on in your life right now. You are worth more than that shitty job that makes you cry every day. You are worth more than that shitty relationship where you are the only one trying, whether that's a friendship, a romantic interest, a family connection. You are worth more than that. Go for whatever it is you fucking want, because you are the only one that can give it to you. You are the only one that can take that next step. You are the only one that can trust in moving forward, in stepping into, in claiming, not fuck stepping into it, claiming power back. You have all the power to make those decisions. And like I say, it might not make any remote sense at all, whatsoever.
But that's the frickin' beauty of it. It doesn't have to make any logical frickin' sense whatsoever. And it does not matter what others are saying around you. Of course, people are going to come at it from a caring and loving place within them. You know, they're only going to want what's best for you. Like, oh, are you sure you really want to leave your job? And like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Like, is this the right time? And oh, have you really thought about it? And I had similar experiences. Some of my friends thought I was absolutely batshit crazy that I didn't have something lined up because, you know, given everything that was going on, they were like, don't you think you should have some sort of plan? And I was like, I know what you're saying, but I've got this just throughout all the chaos, all the depression and anxiety, panic attack, like throughout all of it, I still had this knowing I'm going to be okay. This is going to work. Something's going to happen. I can feel it. Like I can feel it, the cauldron bubbling within my belly, and it's going to fizz, bubble, crack. Like it's going to do something. And I was journaling on it the other day, and I found it really, like, I was kind of laughing to myself, like, jeez, bless me, how many lives I got left in this, you know, when am I going to respawn? Do I respawn to a different destination yet? A different vessel? Like, oh, I thought, hang on a minute, life is like a freaking video game. You know, there is a general storyline, but there's always side quests. And Jack's playing a fabulous game at the moment. I can't remember for the life of me what it's freaking called, but it's mystical and magical and all the good things. And sometimes, depending on the answer you give the game, you get a different response or a different scenario. And that is like life, isn't it? Like, that is freaking life. And I am the player, like I am the creator. I can choose where this sim, where this sim wants to go. Does it want to invest in this? Okay, well, let's just sit at my little desk, and do that on speed mode. Come on. And like, oh, fuck me. My sim's hungry, I'm going to feed it. If it needs the toilet, unless, you know, we all like to trap them in the pool and whatnot. But, you know, talking about positivity here. If my vessel is hungry, I need to feed it. If it's thirsty, I need a drink. If I stink, I need a shower. Okay, Megan, no matter how depressed you feel, get in the shower. All right? I was talking to you there as well, because I know. Just saying. But it's natural to get caught up in what others want for you or think that it's best for you. And I did have to catch myself, because there were moments where I would listen to my partner or my mum or my friends and go, oh yeah, like they are making a really good point and I can't just leave and da-da-da. And when I tried to then stick it out, it just got freaking worse. And it just, not even just within my heart and my head, physically around me, my reality just kept showing me different things to be like, you do not belong here. What are you doing? Get out. Leave. Now, vamos, let's go, rapido, quickly, like, oh, anda, walk, like, oh. I just couldn't stay there anymore. And that's why I'm saying you've got to trust the next fucking step, even if it's something like cleaning. When I left my job, I had nothing. As I mentioned, I had nothing. But just at the right time, something came up. And I had to allow myself to trust, this isn't quite what I want, but it's an opportunity. Or it's not quite, but it's all leading you to where you want to go. And sometimes it's actually leading you to where you didn't even realise you wanted to fucking go. Okay? Along the way, I have created so many things that I would never have dreamed of if I hadn't allowed myself to play with the idea that I am enough and I am more than what my job title was, or I'm more than what these beliefs people had of me. I'm more than someone's opinion. I'm more than my own opinion of myself. I am a beautiful fucking light being creature, like a mystical little pixie. I am a beautiful, wonderful, squishy vessel, and my personality is not too bad as well. Debatable, but you know what I'm trying to say. And I I need you to trust that next step. Allow yourself to get curious. Allow yourself to wander with excitement and adventure. Allow yourself to have the courage to look over that cliff edge at what is fucking possible for you. Don't worry about those people safe back at camp roasting marshies on the fire pit. Look over that cliff edge. Whoa, and take it all in at what is fucking possible for you, love bug. Because I guarantee you, once you take a step, or it's not the step, you're not going to have one great idea, but once you take a step and you keep moving forward and you keep a stepping, the fog will start to clear. And you'll wonder why you didn't take that first step sooner, or why you stayed stuck for so fucking long. Okay, but you only get to that place if you decide to move forward. You only get to that place if you consciously decide to keep moving forward, love bug. If you decide to take that next step, that jump, that leap into the unknown. Oh, how exciting. Declare it to yourself, to the universe. Today, I am available for the universe to show me the next step. Today, I am available for the universe to present kick-ass opportunities for me that will take me closer to where I want to be. Today, I am available for the courage to take that next step, that leap of faith when it appears. Today, I am available for the universe to present opportunities to me to prove to me that the blocks that I have created about myself and the world around me are blocks, and they are completely untrue and irrelevant to me. And watch the magic unfold, love bug.